On page 124, and oh my gosh, it's the last page, we have some more fingerings. We have a new dominant 7 flat 9 form. It's the diminished chord. We don't have any roots in the dominant 7 flat 9 chord in this form. What we do have is that one fret below each of these notes can be the root of a dominant 7 flat 9. Let's go over this. Here's the note E. It can be an E flat 7 flat 9. Here's a note B flat. It can be an A7 flat 9. Here's the note G. It can be an F sharp 7 flat 9 or G flat 7 flat 9. And here's a note C sharp. It can be a C7 flat 9. So this form, we can call it 8 different chords. This can be an E diminished, a B flat diminished, a G diminished, a C sharp diminished. This can be an E flat 7 flat 9, an A7 flat 9, an F sharp 7 flat 9, or a C7 flat 9. So it does get confusing. What I would do is that I would call it one chord first. In other words, I would say, okay, I'm going to use this as a dominant 7 flat 9 with root on the 3rd string, 1 fret before the fingered note. So this is always an A7 flat 9. Looking at the 6th position here, we can call this a C7 flat 9 because here's the note C. And then you can start saying, okay, I want it, call this a dominant 7 flat 9, 1 fret below the 2nd string that's fingered, E flat 7 flat 9. So if I move it down here, I can call this a D7 flat 9. Just slowly start to recognize the chords. The other form that we're going to have is these are really repetition of forms. Remember we had this, and we called this a D7 flat 5. We said root 2. Well, we can also call this root 6, an A flat 7 flat 5. If you know this form. So again, now for a flat 5, we can have this as 2 different flat 5 chords. Root 2, D7 flat 5, root 6, A flat 7 flat 5. And the only other chord that we're going to look at in this book is a dominant 7th chord, just another fingering for it. Let's take G7. We know this. Root 6. We're going to have another root 6, but it's more compact. It's this. G7. D, B, F, G. Physically, how do we get this? Easier if we know a G6 chord and just put our first finger on the 6th string and move this here, we get an easy way of playing this G7. I personally like this form better than this form, but you have your choice. Let us look at the exercise. First of all, E minor 7, A7 flat 9, D minor 7, G7 flat 9, C major 7. Let's look at that again. E minor 7, A7 flat 9. Why is that A7 flat 9? Well, here's the note B flat. 1 fret before B flat is A. D minor 7, G7 flat 9. Here's the note A flat. 1 fret before A flat, G. C major 7. Let's just take those measures. The last measure on the first line A7 sharp 5. Get the new dominant 7th form for A7. All we have to do is switch these two fingers and A7 sharp 5, A7, D7, A flat 7 flat 5, root 6. Remember, we could also use root 2, but root 6, G7 sus C, or G7 sus 4, or G7, G11, G13, or you could also do it this way. Now we have voicings written out. Here's the 6th form that we learned a few pages ago. D minor 7 flat 5, D flat 9, C major 7. I'll play the whole exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4.